Hello, and welcome to this morning time taste challenge. This is a restage of what I did a week ago. Well, that worked out fine, I guess, but I started getting sick like Monday, the 23rd. No, what am I saying? The 21st. Right. Then the 22nd, I was feeling kind of bad during the day, and but not terrible, But I went to sleep really early as soon as it got dark, and I woke up feeling a lot better. But still, my chest was sort of congested, and couldn't breathe too well. But I can now. But I was coughing, and then my nose was sniffly. So it's kind of going. It is going away now. But then I couldn't smell and I couldn't taste anything. And I thought at first, I said, well, these whiskeys got no flavor. I said, these Irish whiskeys got no flavor. But then I realized, I said, wait a minute, nothing's got flavor and aroma. So it was me. I've had problems in the past where I got sick, with a cold. Thankfully, taking vitamin C every day, I don't really ever get too sick anymore. God willing, I never will, but I'm sure that'll happen in the future. But or more than likely. But I want to restage Paddy's 3-year age. There's no older age. Here's Paddy's age 3 years, triple distilled Irish whiskey, introduced in 1779. But the Paddy or Paddy's name wasn't adopted till 1913, 107 years ago. Named after Patrick Flaherty or Patrick O'Flaherty. It's almost like Sazerac doesn't know which name to use. They use both. Like it says right here, Patrick Flaherty, Paddy Flaherty. Imported and bottled by Sazerac Company, Louisville, Kentucky. Middleton Distillery, Cork, Ireland. Big distillery. Now, the competitor was introduced in 1980. Blackbush, Bushmills Blackbush, age 8 years in sherry Oloroso casks. So my friend David was like, I don't think I like that whiskey that's aged in sherry. I said, well, that's common, sherry, port, wine, barrels. Some people like it, some don't. He bought some of that, the famous grouse, ruby red, it's called, I think, and it's aged in port barrels. He's like, I don't like it. I never tried it. I was at his house. I said, I never even had regular famous grouse. But this lady he's talks to a lot, he says she's been drinking it. I said, well, see if she likes it. All right, now 8 years versus 3. I don't think Paddy's going to make it. Didn't win the first time, so it's got a foil cap on the Blackbush. The Blackbush is about $30 a bottle. The Paddy's is about 20. So got this pressed together cork. It's not a chunk of cork, it's like pressed together pieces. Bushmills, Northern Ireland. Remember, Ireland is one of those places, those countries that's divided into 2 political units, Irish Republic and Northern Ireland, British territory. Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, American Virgin Islands. Samoa, American Samoa. Virginia, West Virginia. North Dakota, South Dakota. North Korea, South Korea. Cyprus and Turkish control Cyprus. Now, this is a hunk of cork. One thing you get for $20, about $20, is a pure cork. It's pure cork. It's not rubberized, it's pure cork, and it's not that pressed together cork like you get on a lot of these. Like particle board, press board. Now, I did the 5-year age Bushmills original versus Paddy's, and Bushmills did win. I mean, the aroma was, that's before I lost my sense of smell. The aroma was similar and all, but this one just had a nicer bread dough and less of that grain alcohol burn. Proximo Spirits, New Jersey, Jersey City, New Jersey. But it's not bottled there. It's just imported through that town, that city. I've been there. That's what it, isn't that tunnel there? Okay. So 5-year age Bushmills original used to be 9 years ago. 8-year age red Bush. 8-year age. Sorry about that. A little attack of mental inaccuracy. Bushmills black, 8-year aged. It's darker anyway. Look, the Bushmills is dark gold, nearly amber. I guess it is amber, and the Paddy's just gold. Now I haven't had any liquor of any sort since Christmas Day, and that video is going to get deleted because I couldn't smell anything. I was like, what's wrong with this stuff? But I didn't realize what was going on, you know. So then I went to my father's, which I shouldn't have done, but I didn't feel bad, so I was like, I don't feel bad, it's going away. It wasn't really, but I was over there and I said, I'm gonna drink this Guinness barrel aged, bourbon barrel aged. He smelled it. He was like, oh, how could you drink that? I said, and then I was thinking to myself, I can't smell this. Doesn't smell like anything. So then I tasted it and I was like, it doesn't taste like anything. It's kind of scary. You know? And then, but then yesterday I had those dollar burgers from Burger King, which are pretty good actually. They were kind of cold though, but they, I don't know how long that dollar menu is going to last, but I had those 2 with the onion rings and the sauce, and I could taste it. So I was like, oh, that tastes pretty good. So I said, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. And then I drank the rest of that oak leaf red blend wine yesterday after work, and I was saying, I could taste it, you know, especially the tart qualities and some of the sugar sweetness. So I said, well, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. And then I had the avocado dip, spicy with some of those corn chips, and I said, I could taste them. I couldn't smell them. I could taste. Hector Lopez says, morning, Ronald. Morning to you. All right. Thank you for watching. Let's see what happens here. I ain't doing it again. So if this one fails, like, there won't be a third. I'll be wasting all the Irish whiskey, you know, on these failed things. Okay. But I do think the Bushmills Black is going to win, but we're going to find out right now. Aroma. Well, the fumes, you can feel them, like maybe some faint malt. Now remember, Bushmills Black is 80% single malt whiskey and only 20% grain whiskey. It's flipped. Most of these Irish whiskeys would be 80-20 grain to single malt, and I guess Paddy's probably 80% grain whiskey. But the Bushmills is 80% single malt, and its filler, the filler is 20% grain whiskey. You say, well, that's why it's $30 as opposed to $20 or $31, and that's why it's better. Right. And then it's aged 8 years. So they're both triple distilled. I forgot to write that down. There's a lot of variants. If you look on the Bushmills website, look at all the ones they make. Black Bush combines an exceptionally high amount of malt whiskey married with a lighter grain whiskey and then matured in former Oloroso sherry and bourbon casks. I should have put that. It's also bourbon. I was thinking that too, yeah, but I didn't write. This unique recipe means Black Bush has rich, fruity notes and a deep, intense character. balanced by an incredibly unique smoothness, is best enjoyed neat, over ice, or in classic cocktails. Well, what other way are you going to drink it? Neat with nothing added, ice, right, on the rocks, or in a classic cocktail. Is there a fourth option? The most seasoned of Irish whiskey drinkers know you can't beat Black Bush. Men's Journal says one of the best whiskeys in the world. Oh, wow. 80% malt whiskey. Amazingly spicy, nutty, peaches, and sherry. Yeah. Whether I can smell well or not, I never can usually pick those kind of things up. No, but look at all the other whiskeys they got. Amazing portfolio now. They got Bushmills single malt 10 year, single malt 16 year, single malt 21 year. And I never tried any of those, but I know it's $229 for that 21 year at Total Wine. And that's not, and then they got the red bush, the black bush, and the white bush. Then they got the rare casks #1, 28 year. 28-year-old aged in cognac casks. Introducing limited release #1 from the rare cask series. Is there going to be a #2? Well, you would assume. Oh, well, I'm not reading all of that. The Daily Beast says, like drinking gold. Well, I never drank gold. Paddy's. Well, you know, a nose of malty, fresh, woody, hints of spicy honey, vanilla, taste light and crisp, hints of nuts, malt, charred wood, gently fading sweetness, lingering of mild woody malt. Hector said, I've been sick for a week with Corona-19. Yeah, I couldn't taste anything or smell anything, and I'm starting to get better now. Yeah. I don't know what I had. It just seemed like a cold, you know, that I've had so many times. But my throat never got sore, thank goodness, because I really feel bad when that happens. And I never I never had fever that I could tell. I checked it when I went to work. Good morning, because you know you got to check when you go to work. Good morning, Ron. Tuning in between patients. Hope your sense of smell and taste has returned. Well, taste, not smell too much. Otherwise, this taste challenge would be quite comical. I'm afraid it might still be comical, but it ain't going to be a third attempt. This is the second attempt. I deleted the first video, but whatever happens, that's it. Because I was supposed to do Monday, I was supposed to do the Chivas Regal Mitsunara, but I said, nah, I can't smell or taste anything. I'm not wasting that whiskey. But then I noticed the last 2 days I could start tasting stuff a little bit. Well, I could feel the fumes in my nose, but I can't really smell too much. Maybe a little malt. Cereal. That's good. If I don't smell that a harsh cereal grain, I can only smell the malt, the bread dough. Hey, I need to get this more often. Then I can only smell the good stuff. You say you're crazy. I'm not crazy. People say I'm crazy, but I'm in demand. All right. Anyway, calm down and taste the whiskey, man. I will. Here we go. I bought another Irish whiskey today at Walmart. True story. It was 1996 or 95. I'll show it to you if you want to see it. Probably nobody wants to see it, but I bought it. I was right. 1996. I had to come home and clean it off because it was so covered with dust. I said, look at all these bottles. I got what? A case, 24 bottles. I ain't sold a one till today, probably. Hope the light didn't damage it. Sitting up on that top shelf in those green bottles. They say whiskey can be damaged just like beer with clear bottles and green bottles. And that's not me talking because I read that off a whiskey website. Like for one of the brands saying, yeah, it's better not to keep it in the light like that. I could pick up that bitterness on the end. You say bitterness with whiskey. That's right. From the grains, the cereal grains, which is more than likely corn whiskey. The whole thing's aged 3 years, so after all. Let's go over here. Now you see over here, I'm not going to say they're that different. I'm not going to get on here and make a big production talking about how different they are. If it's not, it's not. All right. A lot of times that happens. You get something that's supposedly inferior, and then you say, it ain't really that worse. And that could be with bourbon and Canadian whiskey and cognac, etc. So I'm not going to overplay these things. I mean, I don't make Black Bush. I don't make Paddy's. I don't have to answer for it. All right. They making the big hoopla on their websites. They're knee deep in the hoopla, you know. So say you don't know me or recognize my face. All right. But I think there's more single malt whiskey. There is 80% versus 20%. We assume. We don't know. You say you don't know that. Paddy's might be 60% single malt. It might be. And it's only $19.95. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it ain't. Second go round. Off flavors, off aromas. Nah, there isn't any. I wouldn't be talking about that even if my nose and all of that wasn't messed up. I just don't think these have off flavors and aromas. They're not exactly elaborate. You're not going to say, I want the best Irish whiskey I can get my hands on. Price is no object. Okay, well, then you're not going to buy Black Bush and you're not going to buy Paddy's, all right? You might go to Total Wine and get that $229 bottle of Bushmills 21-year age, single malt, all single malt, no grain whiskey. But we're not dealing with that right now. We're dealing with just ordinary products, you know, regular old stuff. Beer Hound says, morning, Ryan. Morning to you. I know it's still 7:43, 7:43 a.m. California time. Okay. Is there a difference? Yeah. Is it an $11 difference? Well, I'm not too sure about that. Maybe you could save yourself some money. Just buy the Paddy's. Let's see what Total Wine's selling it for. Sure, it's $31, and I know they're cheaper than Walmart. I mean, it might be $1 cheaper. You understand? I think what they do is they just look up whatever Walmart's charging. They charge $1 less. You know, always make sure it's less. They got somebody that's sitting there on the internet looking up each Walmart price and putting it $1 less. For now. Now, after Total Wine gets entrenched around here, the prices might go up. But I don't know if they're going to ever get entrenched because I think Total Wine has an uphill battle for New Orleans. You say, why is that? People love drinking in New Orleans. That's right. But you see, in Louisiana, you can buy beer, you can buy liquor, whiskey, gin, rum at the grocery store. You see what I'm saying? You can just buy it at the regular grocery store while you're making groceries. So that's what people say, making groceries. I don't say that, actually. But I hear people say, I'm going to make groceries. It's a kind of French dialect idiom, you know. Most people go buy groceries, but a lot of people, even younger, in New Orleans will say that. We go and make groceries. But if you're at the grocery store and you can just buy liquor, then you're already there. You don't have to go make a special trip down Veterans Boulevard, go park at Total Wine, then go through there. Yes, their selection is terrific. I'll agree. But you know what I'm saying? Like you might just say, well, it ain't worth $1 or $2. You know, because Winn-Dixie has a pretty extensive liquor portfolio. I mean, it's pretty extensive. You could just spend your whole drinking career, you know what I'm saying, at Winn-Dixie. I wouldn't do it because their prices are outrageously high. But then you could go to International Market, another grocery store. There's all the liquor. And their selection is pretty impressive. You can go to Walmart, same thing, huge. I was just at Walmart today. You can go to Rouse's, same thing. Bromart, same thing. What's the other grocery stores? Dorgnac's. They're renowned across Louisiana for their liquor selection, which is better than probably anybody. So in a state like California or Mississippi or something, Texas, where you can't buy liquor at a regular store, yeah, Total Wine's got a place. But in Louisiana, it may not make it. Because I went there the first 2 weeks it opened. It was crowded like crazy. Could barely move. Now you go in there and you can just leisurely shop. It's not too crowded. So I was thinking, yeah, it blew over. I could be totally wrong because I didn't go at peak hours. I went to like 9 in the morning. But still, I don't know. I'm just thinking, I hope they stay around because I can utilize them to my own advantage. $30.99. I was right. I said $31. So I was off a penny, but that's still, you know, all right, the same. So I'm recovering from COVID. Still can't taste or smell anything, says Beer House. Everybody's in the same boat. I don't know what I had. I figures I get COVID after stocking up on many awesome beers, including 8 pints of Heady Topper and Focal Banger. It's been torture not drinking beer. Man, I got this 4-pack of Marvel Roast from Founders that I bought at Total Wine. Marvel Roast. I haven't tried it because I can't smell stuff. And I mean, with beer, you know, I'm not going to try it. I'm not going to review a new beer and I can't smell it. And I bought, what else I have? I have that Willetized Stout. Yeah. It's just sitting in the fridge. I got that St. Arnold Coffee Roast Stout. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The Coffee Roast Stout sitting in the fridge. I ain't tried it. I've just been drinking natural ice. I mean, it's not that aromatic, even if you can smell fine, you know, so I hadn't lost too much there. It's enjoyable, though. I always like natural ice. Some people rag on it like, natural ice, that's garbage beer. Why are you drinking that? I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you, hysterical? Are you a child? COVID wasn't the worst flu I've had in my life. Oh, no. I don't know what I had. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know what people said. My friend David kept saying, you better go get tested. I said, I'm not going to get tested because I know it's going to say positive no matter what. Like, no matter what, it's going to say I had it, you know. So I'm not wasting my time. I don't feel like going and deal with those people, you know. So I said, like, you think I never had a virus before, you know? Every year. I get sniffles and my chest gets full of stuff and I cough and then I feel bad and then I get better. I was like, this is not strange. You say, but you lost your sense of smell. You lost your sense of smell, man. Really? How many times has that happened in the past? A lot of times, you know, so many times you caught a cold and you couldn't smell stuff. I've heard people say that. I can't smell nothing because I got a cold. But now, it's like, this is the first time this has ever happened. It's like, really? I can't go back to work. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That is a major bummer. See, in my case, I just didn't talk about it. You know what I mean? I just kept things on the QT. Oh well. Anyway, enough of that. Oh man, I caught the flu in 1994. I felt so bad. I was feeling good. I went to work. I was feeling good. I was feeling good. Wasn't feeling bad. Good. And like in 1 second, I swear, I remember I went back to the office. I was sitting down to fill out this paperwork, whatever it was, and it hit me. It was just like I could feel something hit me, like seize your body. And it just came over me like paint spreading over something. And I just felt so bad. And I remember telling my coworkers, I said, I feel so bad. I put my head down on the desk. I said, I feel so bad. I was kind of able to finish the paperwork, I think. But then I came home and I was like, oh, I feel bad. I feel bad. I feel bad. So I put the bath water on hot. And I was in the tub, like taking a bath. You know, like people take baths in those old movies. So you say, no, everybody takes showers. Okay, well, I don't care. I had the flu. I felt bad. And I laid down in that bed in that other room for 3 days. For 3 days, I just laid in the bed. I just laid there. I felt bad. I never threw up. I wasn't sick to my stomach. I wasn't really even sneezing or sniffling or coughing, but I just felt bad. I could feel it head in my body. I said, I hope I live. I was 26 years old. So then, and then I could feel it went away, and I just wanted to lay in the sun all the time. I wanted to lay in the sun. And the sun made me feel better. Like Sunday, what's Sunday? Yeah, today is Tuesday. I went lay in the sun and I was feeling good. But that was the worst. That was the worst, man. 1994. And I felt bad for a month. A month after that, I didn't feel good. I felt shaky, like shaky on my feet. What I had this past week, that's child's play, man. That's child's play compared to what I had in 94. I told you I didn't even really feel bad. My father was like, you sound bad. I said, I don't feel bad. I mean, I don't feel great. You know what I mean? It's all a matter of relativity. But I did not feel bad. And I kept drinking beer, drinking the wine, a couple of ounces every day. Eating food. I was eating food the whole time. I did lose weight. But I've been losing weight. You say because you're depressed, because you're mad, because Kiss made that movie versus the Phantom of the Kiss versus the Phantom. I was depressed about that movie, but I didn't lose weight because of that. I did buy the Ace Frehley solo album. No, I just been trying to cut down a little bit. I mean, when I say I lose weight, I'm talking about 3 pounds, we're talking about minimal things. But all right, these are close, but I think I know the answer. But I'm so bored, I'm ready to go back to work. Oh, I'd be losing my mind. I could cope, obviously, but I'd rather go to work than be at home. I always had a job. You say, oh, you always had a job. Most people have a job, dum-dum. I know, but I mean, when I was in high school, I used to cut people's grass, it was a job to me. All right. Yeah, it's good. But hey, Ron, hope you're feeling better, says Ronnie S. Yeah, I never was really, like I told you, I never was really feeling that bad. It's okay. I'm making more collecting unemployment than I make working. Yeah, that's great, right? Isn't that great? The U.S. government encourages you to be a bum. I'm not saying you in particular. I'm just saying the whole system is idiotic. There's the president. Everybody needs $2,000. And then old Fogey's like, yeah, that's where am I? And I was like, man, these guys, they don't know anything about fiscal responsibility. They're so confused. All right. I think this is the Black Bush in my right hand because it has a little more malty flavor. It's a little nicer. It's not great. It's not awesome. I never said Black Bush was awesome, ever. Go look at the solo review that was recorded, not live. I said I liked it, and I said it was the best Irish whiskey I ever tried, which is not saying much because I have hardly ever tried any. But I do think it's worth the $31. Now, Paddy's, yeah, I am happy with it. But like people are telling me, that's sort of like a Paddy's is sort of like a St. Patrick's Day parade whiskey. Like, you know, you're just going to mix it with something. They're drinking a lot of natural light, and they're dyeing it green, and they're going to mix patties and eat potatoes and stuff. I get that. I understand that. I accept that. But I don't think Paddy's is like some nasty, horrible thing. But it's sort of legendary in that sense that people have drunk it over the years. But it's not anything that fabulous either. It's fine. I mean, it's fine. I would like to see Sazerac do some Paddy variants, and they're kind of cool with that. So, and they're kind of like geared toward that. So I think you could see like a Paddy's single malt, Paddy's, you know, extra age, and etc. So I wouldn't be shocked. But right now, there's just Paddy's. That's it. Okay, that's it. The U.S. government is, well, I'm so, yeah. All right, so I'm going to say this is the Paddy's, this is the Black Bush. Question, is it $11 better? From what I'm tasting, and you got to take into account the illness or whatever, but I'm not too sure about that. But it's hard for me to gauge those things because I want to buy everything. So like I buy them, I'm going to buy them. You know, if the price is least tolerable or reasonable, I'm going to buy it. I bought the Bushmills original. Yeah, it was worth the $23. I bought the Red Bush. Well, I got the Red Bush for so cheap. It was a joke. And then I bought the Black Bush, and it was worth the $31. And then I bought the Paddy's. It was worth the $19.95. And I don't know about the one I bought today. If anybody wants to see what I bought today, tell me now or forever hold your sausage, because here I'm going to say this is the Paddy's. It is the Paddy's. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Even with my impaired faculties, I was able to tell them apart. So, final assessment, Bushmills is noticeably better. However, you could probably make the argument that it's not $11 better. And I would tend to go along with that theory, that working theory. So would Paddy's be a good substitute? It would be in an $11 savings scenario. But for pure sipping and tasting, like you want to sip, you say, you say, no, I'm not into getting drunk, acting crazy. I want to sit down in a leather chair by the fireplace, and I want to think, and I want to drink on it, and I want to think on it. I want to look at the intricate qualities of it. Then, yeah, you would have to go with the Black Bush, yes. But for general utilization, without all of that, yeah, go with Paddy's. Okay, so now going once to see what I bought today. Going twice to see what I bought today. And gone. All right, too bad, so sad. I'll be back in a few minutes with Paddy's. See, it's hard to get over a sickness. Paddy's versus Red Bush. Now that's going to be kind of even.